Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah!
Sponsored by our friends over at Capcom.
Woo!
Hadouken! Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when more Ace Attorney arrives every day at 3 p.m.
Oh, yeah!
So today, a certain individual is back in our lives, and she's causing all kinds of trouble in the courtroom, so let's do it! February 10th, 1:06 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 7.
Oh yeah, it's Iris.
Now then, let's continue where we left off, shall we? Well, witness?
Yes, how can I help you, Mr. Judge?
Well, it seems that if you were to learn the truth, we'll need to hear your testimony.
I have no problem with that. But when you see what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown.
In any case, let's hear your testimony, please.
Iris, are you okay?
Tell us about the plan that was carried out that night. Ba-ba-bum.
Whatever, I don't know. The whole plan began with my death.
Creepy.
A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. But for it to work, Maya Fay would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris, of course. The plan went wrong, but it seemed to have succeeded anyway. Okay.
So that means you really are...
What?
Wait a minute. Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Fay?
Yes. You have a problem with that?
Don't give us that nonsense. There's no way. Watch yourself, Trite. If you've got a problem, solve it during the cross-examination. That's one of my rules. Mr. Godot is correct. And by the way, that's one of my rules as well. Pretty funny, isn't it? To kill Maya. Could it be true? Maybe. Bum, bum, bum.
I'm not sure if we're still talking to Iris here right now.
Nope. She revealed herself as Dahlia in the last episode.
Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. The whole plan began with my death.
Okay. You were executed last month, correct?
Yes, I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant.
How did you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk with your mother?
Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me, since I was on death row and she was my mother. It was actually pretty easy to meet with her, you know.
I see. So that's when you discussed your vile plan.
Huh. Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well, even though I'm her own daughter.
All to make Pearl the master of the Confined village?
She's a cold, twisted woman. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister Misty took her place as the master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan.
A plan, eh?
Alright, I feel like she changes her voice on when she looks at me, but really, it's just another perspective. A stupid plan that was hatched by...
You're talking about Pearl, right?
Yes. Though at first she had high hopes for the two of us.
You and your twin sister, Iris.
That's correct. Unfortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her, along with our father.
Abandoned? That's so sad.
The only person I ever really cared about in my life was myself. My sister was just a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her at an old temple. Ugh.
You mean Iris?
Yes, my father remarried a woman who also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around. Am I right? And on top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general.
How horrible.
The real horrible one was that woman. a bitter, vengeful woman. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child, Pearl Faye. She was born with an abundance of spiritual power, unfortunately for her. Morgan Faye heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams into that poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline become the main family. But for it to work, Maya would first have to die.
Wow. Maya would have to die? But why?
For our bloodline to succeed, duh. As the main family, thus making Pearl the new master. The remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of.
But Pearls would never agree to a plan like that. She adores Maya.
How sad. You still don't get it, do you, Phoenix? What Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of the master. That's all.
That's ridiculous.
She was willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter, and naturally, the life of Maya Faye as well.
How could anyone do that? Wow, Morgan is evil.
I know. I'm freaked out. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame put on
You? You were gonna kill Maya?
Pearl didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was to follow the instructions in the letter and channel me, of course. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. In any case, I'm already dead, and there's nothing any of you can do to me!
Oh. So the plan was to blame the crime on your younger twin. On Sister Iris of the temple.
She and I look absolutely identical, so no one could tell us apart. If someone were to witness me killing Maya, naturally they would think it was Iris who had done it.
And the witness in this case was the head nun, Sister Bikini.
I never would have guessed she was going to return to Hazakura Temple that night. But she wound up seeing Iris's crime anyway.
Why did you want to pin the murder on Iris in the first place? She's so sweet. She's your younger sister, isn't she?
Huh. Twin sister. Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her.
Backstabber?
You just don't understand, and you never will. Anyway, the plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway.
What? Are they saying they destroyed Maya?
You think the plan was a success?
You heard me. Just as that woman had hoped. Maya Faye is dead. Now the title of Master will pass on to Pearl Faye.
That's absurd! Maya's just... She's trapped inside of the sacred cavern.
Really? You're as foolishly optimistic as ever. Aren't you, my darling Fanny?
No.
Do you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I've despised you. Your sniveling naivety and your pathetic faith in other people.
No. I just want to know one thing. What did you personally think of Morgan Faye's plan?
I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of.
If that's how you feel, why did you help carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya?
You may not understand it. Being the kind and gentle soul that you are, you may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that.
So tell me why?
Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I only acted my own self-interest. The reason I helped her was for myself. for my own personal satisfaction.
What did you just say? So this woman, Dahlia, she had her own reason for wanting Maya dead?
Why?
Do you understand why I would kill Maya Fey now? What my goal was?
Obviously, it's because you were helping Morgan.
Helping? Don't make me laugh. From the day I was born to the day I died, I never helped anyone. I lived for myself, and in the end, I died for myself. I thought that was obvious.
She was actually cooperating with Morgan? That's weird. She's just using Morgan in her plan so she could accomplish her own goal.
All I wanted was to kill Maya Fey. That was the only way I could think of to get revenge.
Revenge? It looks like I have no choice but to present that piece of evidence. Can't believe it. She meant to kill Maya because... Gotta keep a cool head. And I need to get more information out of her. It's the only way to understand this plan and what she was after as well.
Okay, where is Iris? I have no idea.
I think I know who we need to present. Who did Dahlia hate the most in this world? It wasn't Phoenix. Someone else. There's only other one person it could be.
Well, let's see. Dahlia, she hated...
Mia.
Mia.
Mia
Oh,
Fey.
that's why she... Oh.
Could it be that your actual goal had nothing to do with Maya Fey herself?
As I said, none of you have the power to punish me anymore because I'm already dead. Well, I have the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead, and you can't take revenge on them either.
You wanted to take revenge on someone?
I was sentenced to die because of that woman, Mia Fey.
I somehow knew this was it.
I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation. I wanted her to feel the same pain that she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up.
And the reason it was impossible was it perhaps because Maya had already died?
Yes, and I realized there's only one way to take revenge against the dead.
And how do you do that?
Even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. I wanted to take away the person that Mia Fey loved the most. I wanted to kill her with my own hands. Alright, this is getting so dark.
Yeah.
That would be the one and only way I could take my revenge against Mia Fey. That was the reason I helped with that woman's plans.
Wow. Just for that, you would kill Maya?
To hurt Mia.
Your goal was no different than that of Morgan Fey's.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, this is getting very dark. As they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree of evil!
This is what jealousy does to people.
Oh yeah. What a cruel plan. Cruel, cold, and heartless.
Don't waste your time preaching to the dead. I've already told you, there's not a thing you can do to me. That night,
Nope, now we're gonna find out everything.
about 9:30 p.m., I materialized into this world. I quickly pinned my hair up and put on a demon warding hood. Then I picked up the staff that was at my side and left Hazakura Temple.
So, it was Elise who channeled her after all.
Oh my gosh.
That ridiculous head nun never noticed a thing. She left Maya Fey at the inner temple and wobbled back, clutching to her poor old back.
What did you do then?
That kid was easier to handle than I'd hoped for. I caught up with her in the front of the stone lantern. Then I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom and...
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh.
So, then you're saying you stabbed Maya?
It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that.
What does that mean? No clear memory?
Oops, I don't know. I think that I was stabbed.
You were stabbed?
At the last minute, Maya Fey must have stabbed me. I'm sure of it.
That's not like her at all. Maya wouldn't stab a French fry with a plastic fork.
Anyway, I suddenly lost consciousness. But before I did, I scrawled her name on the lantern. Just as I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back. I had hoped it would cast suspicion onto her.
Can't believe she was thinking of that until the bitter end.
That's where my memory temporarily stops.
It stops?
I don't believe Maya did that.
I don't actually have any memory of actually killing Maya Fey with my own 2 hands. My very last memory was Maya's terror-filled eyes. When I woke up after that, I was in the sacred cavern surrounded by darkness.
You were in the sacred cavern?
The entrance was sealed with one of those trick locks. Somehow I had been trapped in there.
But how did you wind up in there?
I'd like to know that myself. Anyway, I was worried. I didn't know whether or not Maya Fey was dead or not. I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew I had killed her myself.
For a ghost, you're one tough cookie.
I wanted to get out of there and make sure that she was dead. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't even get out.
The trick lock stopped you, huh?
I didn't know how to remove it.
So then you're saying you were actually confined against your will inside the sacred cavern?
Yes, I wanted to get rid of that annoying lock as soon as possible. But it wasn't easy. I kept getting interrupted while I was working on it.
Interrupted?
It was early in the morning, but someone came into the training hall.
What? Who? Could it have been Maya?
I thought the same thing, but I couldn't see.
Why not?
If someone had spotted me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge. So I made sure to hide myself well at the back of the secret cavern.
That morning, only 2 people could have gone into the training hall. Maya and Pearls. Pearls went there to cover the hanging scroll in the gravy, because that's what she thought she was supposed to do.
Still, I finally managed to remove the lock. But I was too late.
What do you mean by that?
The flies had already started to gather.
The bridge had been fixed and the police had started their investigation, correct?
Naturally, I couldn't go out. So instead, I returned to the cavern and put the lock back on myself. I realized I wouldn't get a chance to see Maya's corpse if I poked. But just then, Lady Luck showed up.
Lady Luck?
After that big earthquake, she showed up all by herself.
The real Iris?
She said she'd come to make sure the sacred cavern was all right. Stupid girl. I came out from the sacred cavern and I got a feel for the situation. And I locked her away in my place.
Wow.
So it was Iris who's inside there.
I had finally learned exactly what happened. It was then that I learned the plan had actually succeeded.
What do you mean your plan had succeeded?
I had misunderstood one thing, you see. That night, the one that summoned me, I had assumed it was Pearl Fey.
Well, of course you would have assumed that. It was written in the instructions.
But I was wrong. The person that had actually called my spirit back was Misty Fey, the picture book author.
What?
Well, that's really the only possibility, isn't it? After I lost consciousness in the garden, it was her body that was left lying there.
Whoa.
Maya Fey. I wasn't able to kill her with my own hands after all. But even so, I made her commit the most vile sin a human can commit.
And that is?
Matricide. The sin of killing her own mother.
No way!
Wait, what is she's saying?
Order! Order in the court. What is the meaning of this?
It's true that I was the one who attacked Maya Fey. But even so, the murderer who actually snuffed out Misty Fey's life was none other than your darling little Maya.
It was self-defense, though. Ridiculous! That's nonsense!
Are you sure about that? Just think about it. There's even evidence supporting these facts, isn't there?
What? You evil woman! What is this so-called evidence?
The fact that Maya Fey has disappeared is evidence enough, isn't it?
Huh?
The idea that she's still in the sacred cavern is just ridiculous. She wasn't able to escape from the inner temple. That much is obvious. In that case, there's only one place she could be.
Where is that?
Do I have to spell it out for you, Judge? The bottom of the Eagle River. Where else?
Eagle River.
Maya Fey killed her long-lost mother. Can you imagine the guilt she must have felt when she realized that? That's why she threw herself into the Eagle River. Most bodies that wind up in there are lost forever.
Oh my gosh.
Can this get any darker?
Don't say that!
So, what do you have to say now, Feeny?
Oh.
No phone calls in the court. What? What's going on?
I have no idea, but somebody's cell phone. Whoops! Sorry, that's my phone. What kind of ringtone is that? Godot here. Okay. Thanks.
Beep.
What is it? Something important? They just finished removing the locks from the sacred cavern. That's great! What about Maya? There was a woman in the cave. Was it Maya Fey? It was the accused, Sister Iris. Huh?
What?
Don't look so surprised. I locked her in there yesterday. Just finished telling you that.
So, what about Maya? Where is she? There was no one else found inside the sacred cavern. No! It can't be!
Oh my gosh, where's Maya?
I told you, didn't I? She's dead.
No! No! Holy crap!
Wow.
It seems that this case has come to an end. A very tragic end.
Wait, what?
Sadly, it appears the killer of Elise, also known as Misty Fey, was her own daughter, Maya Fey.
Yeah, but that's with that person's testimony.
Overcome with guilt for what she had done, in self-defense, Maya Fey jumped to her death into the raging waters of the Eagle River. Can't be. Oh, whoops. Ah!
Never mind.
Right. Have you ever heard this one? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. No matter how inapproachable it may be.
Yeah, improbable.
Improbable. Dang it!
Sorry.
What is that supposed to mean, Prosecutor Godot? According to his witness, Maya Fey threw herself into the Eagle River. Gulp, 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 gulp. However, is that really the truth? What? Remember, this woman testified earlier that the bridge was already on fire when the murder took place in the garden. Which means if Maya had thrown herself into the river, it must have been from the inner temple side near the bridge.
That's right. That's where she jumped from.
But that's impossible. It's impossible to jump into the river from there. What?
What?
Don't get your, underwear in a twist there, Trite. Just relax and think through the whole thing again. Why is Godot helping us?
I know.
So it's impossible. Maya couldn't have thrown herself into the Eagle River because she would have hit the rocks.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Well, Mr. Knight, Miss Hawthorne claims Miss Fey threw herself into the river from the other side of the temple.
The only thing I can think...
Do you have any evidence that refutes this claim?
Well, maybe a map of the area?
Oh, yeah.
Like, explaining where the rocks are and stuff? Like,
There's no way. Yeah, look.
yeah,
The rocks
because
are
it's
right
all-
there.
She would have hit the ground. instead
Wile E.
of-
Coyote style, yeah.
Yeah.
It's impossible to jump into the Eagle River from the inner temple side, Your Honor. No one knows that better than this witness.
What did you say?
11 years ago, you jumped into the very same river.
Huh?
Just take a look at this overhead map. Good job, Amber.
Eee.
As you can see, below the cliff on the inner temple side is a big rock shelf. Oh, ouch! Good night.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have reached the river if she had jumped over from there. In other words, if she had jumped, we would be able to find her body in this photo.
Ah!
Then where's Maya?
Yeah.
So you finally figured it out.
You! No!
Yikes. Hold on!
You're just playing with me! Fey's body is at the bottom of the Eagle River! There's nowhere else she could possibly be hiding!
Miss Hawthorne, have you ever heard this one before? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth.
Yes, just a few minutes ago.
Maya Fey wasn't inside the sacred cavern. We now know that she didn't throw herself into the Eagle River. Correct. That eliminates all the most likely possibilities. Now, although it seems improbable, there's still one other place she could be. What? What is this one possibility you're talking about?
That's obviously a bluff! So where's her dead body then?
Well, I'm hoping she's...
Finally, I think the pieces are falling into place.
Wait, she's not channeling...
Now,
Dahlia.
normally the living have no way to punish the dead. No idea. But I think there's a way to give Dahlia Hawthorne the ultimate punishment. Shall I tell you, Miss Hawthorne? Shall I tell you where Maya is this very instant?
I have no idea.
Let's stay in this very core room and make her upset.
Yeah, alright, fine.
There's only one possibility left. Namely, she's right here in this very core room.
What?
Maya Fey is here? What in the world? Dahlia Hawthorne, I seem to recall that you said... I had misunderstood one thing, you see.
So what?
But I think there's one more thing you misunderstood.
What do you mean?
Tell me something. At this very moment, who is channeling Dahlia Hawthorne?
Why, that's obvious! It's Pearl Fey, that pathetic little sniveling runt.
You're wrong. Pearl's tried, but she couldn't do it.
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened.
There isn't any explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
It could happen if somebody else was already channeling the same spirit. Someone called me before Pearl did, but But who?
Pearls even tried again on the day after the crime, but she couldn't do it. What could that mean? I think the truth is becoming clearer to you right about now, am I correct?
Ah!
It wasn't Pearls that channeled you. There was someone else who called you. And that is Maya.
It has to be Maya, but that doesn't make any sense.
I have no idea. This is an easy one. Pearls couldn't do it, and Misty Faye is gone. There's only one possibility left. Come on already! I can't stand this tension! Dahlia Hawthorne, the person channeling you right now is Maya Faye!
What?
But how could that be? Remember this witness Dahlia said about her goal. She said that her goal was to kill Maya Faye. Yes, that's right. But if Maya channeled the spirit of someone that was trying to kill her... well, Gramps, what would happen? Could it be that... It looks like you're finally starting to understand, Your Honor.
Well, I don't. What are you going on about?
What am I going on about is the reason Maya channeled you. And there's only one reason. To protect herself from you.
To protect herself from me?
Yeah. On the night of the crime, you were only interested in one thing. Killing Maya Faye. The path back to the temple was closed and there was nowhere else for her to run. So then the problem became, where would be the best place for her to hide?
You mean that's when she channeled me?
All this time you thought you had been channeled by Pearls. That's why it never occurred to you that Maya's hiding place was you!
No, don't say that! You're saying that I, Dahlia Hawthorne, was played for a fool by that whelp! Maya Faye killed herself, isn't it obvious?
Sorry, but no. It would have been impossible for her to jump into the Eagle River. This was the only avenue of escape open to Maya. The only way that Maya could disappear from the inner temple.
I don't believe you. A stupid little girl like that who has never been out of the real world. She could never have come up with a plan like that. Who could have ever given her such a brilliant idea?
That's true. Well, me, of course. Ah!
Me, of course.
Maya! Mia! Ghost!
Oh my gosh.
Mia Faye!
It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Holy cow. Ugh. So, it's true. It was you.
Yes.
Ah. You're something else.
But what? What are you doing here?
That hair, it's Pearls, right?
Tell me something, Dahlia. I want you to think back to that night one more time. You had just cornered Maya in the inner temple garden. And then, in the final moments of the fight, you lost consciousness.
I was stabbed by Maya Faye!
Actually, Maya lost consciousness at the same time as you.
She did? Not terribly surprising since she was about to be killed. I'd faint myself.
I know, so would I. When she woke up, she was in the training hall. That's when Maya decided she needed help, so she channeled me. She explained in a memo the situation that she was in. She asked me what I thought she should do. That was smart.
Maya's stepping it up.
She did that? I can't believe it!
Of course, I didn't have all the details, but one thing was perfectly clear.
And what was that? Don't leave us in suspense.
I knew that you couldn't be allowed to wander free.
Free? What do you mean by free?
It was a race against time, so I wrote down 2 things that Maya had to do. Channel Dahlia Hawthorne as soon as possible. And lock herself in the sacred cavern until help arrived.
So it was Maya who put that lock on there. Yes, but why did you order her to do those two things?
If she hadn't done it, Dahlia Hawthorne would have been channeled by someone else. By one Pearl Faye.
Pearls?
Yes, Pearl didn't properly understand the plan, so she was trying to do was follow her mother's, Morgan Faye's, instructions. If she had succeeded in channeling Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit, things would have turned out very badly, to put it mildly.
So, that's how it was. Dahlia Hawthorne would have used the body of Pearl to kill Maya at all costs. Yes, it certainly sounds like that was the intent all along.
How dare you! I won't forget this!
Why not just admit it, Dahlia? Your little plan was nothing but a big failure.
Yes, another failure to add to the pile of shame, wouldn't you say?
What do you mean by another?
Think about it, Dahlia. Remember all your past crimes? Not a single one of them was a success. They all ended in failure.
What? How dare you!
11 years ago, the fake kidnapping, your very first crime. Sploosh. You got your hands on a $2 million diamond, but... yeah, whatever happened to the diamond?
I know.
After Terry Falls escaped and went to meet with Valerie, the truth was exposed.
Shut your mouth! That wasn't my fault! It was because of that stupid alpha prisoner and that weakling of a policewoman!
And then, 1 year later, you tried to kill me. Well, I'm still alive, but... yes, you wound up killing someone else. As a result, you were sentenced to death.
Yep,
Don't murder people, kids. It doesn't end well.
that's a good life lesson, though.
I know, right? It's one stupid move after another for Dahlia Hawthorne, but it's no longer funny.
You! Wipe that smug, happy-go-lucky smile off your face!
No, I don't think I will. And now this. You've messed up again. You let Maya Fey escape? Even though she was right there in front of you.
Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Mia Fey! You spinster! I was supposed to kill Maya, like I swore I would!
And if only you'd gotten this... oops, sorry, that's you.
And if only you had gotten the spiky-haired jerk the guilty verdict, I would have been hanged to death! Or I wouldn't have! I'm kind of freaked out right now.
True.
What?
But I think you finally understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne. You would never defeat me.
What? What did you say?
Whether you're alive, dead, or somewhere in between, you will never defeat me. As long as I'm around, you're destined to lose for all eternity.
Oh, snap! I remember what you said earlier in the trial. You said there was no way we could punish you because you were already dead.
What about it?
Then you said, even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever.
That's very true, Dahlia. And that's exactly the punishment you'll never be able to escape from.
What?
For all eternity, you'll have to remain as Dahlia Hawthorne, a miserable, pathetic, weak creature who can never win at anything. And for you, there is no escape from that, no hope for freedom. Since the day you were executed, the narrow bridge that once stretched out in front of you has burnt to a crisp.
Dang!
You? Ah! You're wrong! It can't be! Ah! How could I lose to the likes of you?
It's no longer matters. Because, well, I don't care whether you win or lose anymore. The only thing I want is for you to come out of Maya Fey's body right now! Really?
I don't know. Alright, that was freaky. I really don't want to do. Oh my gosh! Oh, it's freaking me out.
I'm not ready! Not ready to go! No!
You were the weakest.
Wow. Holy cow.
Nick! Sis!
Yeah, that's what channeling does. Oof.
Whoa. It was intense.
Now then, I assume you are, the real Iris?
Yes! I was rescued from the sacred cavern!
I must say, you and your twin sister are indeed identical from what I've seen. In any case, it appears that everything has finally been cleared up. Mr. Godot, what happened to Dahlia Hawthorne? If you ask me, Your Honor, it looks like she went back to Hades, the place she came from. It seems that Misty Fey wasn't the only victim of this crime. Maya Fey as well as the young Pearl, but also victims of this wicked and selfish plan. Very evil plan. Yes, Your Honor. The tragedy of the Medium Valley has finally come to an end, it seems. It would be best for everyone if no further attempt was made to channel that spirit ever again.
I know.
Your Honor. Yes, what is it? About this whole spirit medium thing, it's almost weird how comfortable you seem to be with the concept now. Well, to be frank, my younger brother is quite judgmental. He often criticizes me for not studying hard enough. That's why I made a concrete effort to study up on the Crime channeling technique. Hey, isn't that the New Year's issue of Occult? I've seen quite a few things in many years here on this bench, and in all that time, I finally learned this one thing. Each case is different and takes place in its own world, if you will. In order to fully understand that world, first we have to immerse ourselves in it completely. And that's where my brother and I used to differ. Never thought of it that way. At any rate, it's time to pass judgment in the case of Iris of Hazakuri Temple.
Objection!
What?
What?
What are you doing, Gateau? You're a little too fast with that gavel, Your Honor. What do you mean by that, Mr. Godot?
This trial isn't over yet. That's what he means.
What? That's right. Remember what Miss Evil Spirit said in her testimony? Huh? Dahlia's testimony?
I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Then I took out the dagger that I got from the storeroom and... It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. I think I was stabbed.
Oh, right. Who killed Misty?
Just as Dahlia Hawthorne was about to attack Maya Fey, she was stabbed and killed by someone.
Oh, yes, that's right. I completely forgot. The person that was ultimately killed was the spirit medium that channeled Dahlia. Misty. But who killed her? We still don't know who did it.
Wasn't it self-defense?
This isn't over?
You're saying Iris saved Maya and now she's gonna go to prison for it?
Unless someone else is found guilty, the accused is still on trial. We can't let her walk until there's evidence that proves her innocence. No way! But this court isn't prepared for any further testimony. The prosecution is ready to call our final witness.
Huh?
Final witness? This one will clear up the whole mystery. the mystery of who killed Misty Faye. Indeed, I suppose it will.
Is it really airtight, Mr. Prosecutor?
Of course, it's all right, Madam Attorney.
Oh, all right, sorry.
Very well then. Who is this final witness? Isn't it obvious? There's one person who saw the whole event and will put the final dagger in this case.
Yeah, they totally used to date.
Someone who saw the murder take place? The very person who saw her mother killed in front of her own eyes. You mean Maya? You can't testify after what she's just been through. We need to find the truth, right? The prosecution calls Maya Faye to the witness stand. What in the world?
I don't want to, no.
Very well. But first, we'll take a brief recess.
Thank goodness.
We'll have to wait for Miss Faye to recover before summoning her. I mean, come on, jeez. Once we receive the doctor's permission, we'll proceed with said trial. Hey, Trite, I've got something to say to you, so listen up. What is it now? I don't think much of you as a lawyer. It's always the same with you. You somehow manage to just squeak by without even a faint understanding of the case. Some beautiful woman always seems to come dashing in at the last minute to save you. You got some nerve, yo!
It's Mia.
But that's not gonna happen this time. This time, you're gonna have to do this by yourself. What? That's enough. This court is now in recess. Go play on the swings and cool off. This case just keeps going.
February 10th, 2:56 p.m., District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. I'm truly sorry about everything. You were working so hard to defend me, but I was missing all day, and we didn't even have a chance to talk.
She's right. When I met Iris at the training hall yesterday, it already switched places, and Iris was inside the sacred cavern. Interesting.
Yeah. I wanted to at least be in the defendant's box today to root you on.
Well, it wasn't your fault. You were locked up this whole time, you know? There's something more important than that, though. I have to ask you, why did you help your sister out as much as you did?
Huh?
If you had tried to get help at the sacred cavern yesterday, you wouldn't have spent an entire day locked up in there.
My sister, I felt sorry for her. She was abandoned by her mother and never got any love from her father either.
Yes, but it was the same for you too, wasn't it?
Yes, but at least I had Sister Bikini, who was like a mother to me. If only Dahlia had come with me to Hazakura Temple. I always loved her. Dahlia was always so smart, so strong. She never complained about a thing. That's why I promised her that I would help her.
Are you talking about the fake kidnapping case 11 years ago?
Yes. I wanted to be useful to her in some way. But as usual, I was too cowardly. At the last minute, I ran away. Because of that, Dahlia's stepsister Valerie ended up...
Oh my gosh, we have to see this again? And that was the case that wounded Mia so badly.
Yeah. But things didn't end there, of course. Some people suspected that my sister was involved in the murder.
Some people? You just mean...
Yes, two defense attorneys, Mia Faye and Diego Armando. After poisoning Mr. Armando, who was getting too close to learning the truth. Dahlia even tried to kill the person who had unknowingly hid the poison for her. You.
That's right. Iris, there's one more thing that I have to ask you.
Yes, what is it?
On the night of the murder, the person that cleaned up the corpse of the victim, was it really you?
Yes, it was me. That night after I rang the lights out bell, I went back to my room.
At around 10:30, I received a phone call on my cell. There's a problem. Come to the inner temple right away. I got on the snowmobile and headed for the inner temple. But the path... Oh, sorry.
The path to the inner temple was cut off.
Exactly. You can't just leave the body here, so you've got to do this exactly as I say. Got it?
It's so disturbing.
I don't understand.
It was me. I was the one that received her body. The murder weapon had been left in her body, so she wouldn't bleed too much. The staff that Mystic Elisa was held.
I knew it. So the actual murder weapon was the staff itself.
Yes, that's right. I brought the body back to Hazakura Temple on the snowmobile.
But why? Why did you alter the body?
I didn't want anyone to know the staff was the murder weapon. I didn't want to leave anything that would lead to Misty Faye. So I dressed her in a robe and stabbed her with this ceremonial sword. I wiped the blood off the staff's blade and left it next to her on the ground.
Oh, wow. You can go to jail for tampering evidence. Iris, just tell me one last thing. Tell me the name of the person that called your cell phone. The real killer.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I can't do it. I can't say you did it.
I see. Victim staff updated in the court record. Defendant!
Yes.
The judge is calling you. He wants you to see you in his chambers, yo. He has some questions about Dahlia.
All right. Well then, I'll see you later. There's something I want to tell you.
Okay. Something she wants to tell me. What could that be?
I don't know, but she's blushing.
So it's true. Iris cooperated with the real killer. Maybe even from the very beginning.
Phoenix.
Whoa! Ghost! How is Maya doing?
Physically, I'm not worried. She'll recover, but emotionally, she's been hurt very badly by this case.
I see. Oh, you don't mean she's learned who Misty really was?
Yes. I went to the medical office and talked with her. I told her everything I knew.
But why?
Maya is stronger than you think, Phoenix. I knew she could take it. All of it.
I don't think so. What do you mean by that?
I want you to figure out that answer by yourself. The trial is about to restart. The real killer. Do you know who it is yet, Phoenix?
Iris wouldn't tell me who the call was from, but still, I think that just maybe I know who it is. That night, the victim was killed in the garden of the Inner Temple, and the criminal wasn't just there by accident, which means that the killer knew of Dahlia's plan from the very beginning.
And one more thing. The victim was moved to the Hazakura Temple side by pendulum. In other words, the criminal couldn't cross the bridge. That means they were struck in the Inner Temple's side for almost the entire day. Stuck.
Exactly. So the culprit was someone that wasn't in the temple the following day.
That's as much help as I'm going to give you. The rest of the battle is yours to win or lose, Phoenix.
Okay, I've got it. Thank you, Mia. Dang it!
My name is Mia, and I was your boss. Get it right!
Finally, it's almost time to bring this case to an end. What exactly did Maya see anyway? And who was it that actually killed Misty? Whoever it was, I have to prove it. Me all by myself. You can do it, Phoenix. You can do it, buddy. All right, guys and gals.
Oh, my goodness.
That is going to do it for this episode of Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. And the case is still going. How is this possible? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you at 3 p.m. for what's got to be the finale of Ace Attorney. We hope. Until then, God bless and happy gaming. Check out another video on KwingsLetsPlays going up at 6 p.m. Bye-bye.